Then I have here one this long life pale. His name is Rinpoche. He did many years in the retreat in the Lapchi, and he made, and also he put many blessings from the many different gurus on my prayer. So please offer each one, and also tastes really good. The Tibetan called the siri.
Yeah, right. Oh, very. Oh, wow. Thank you.
Tastes good, yeah.
It does. Cinnamon. Do we let it dissolve or do we chew it?
Hey, chew. Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, this is better, I think so. Okay.
等一下呢，
老手。
现在怎么？
Everybody, everybody has book. Page 1. What is this?
Siri. Number much. Say.
Oh.
La. No praje taba da jembe bado jaba tam je zo ma nanga da nyembe senje danje dewa dande donga danje nyurdo
lana me ba yanda bara
zobe janjo rambo je doba Sentient beings, limitless space,
especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience. May they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed.
unsurpassed complete enlightenment.
For that purpose,
Until I attain the Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will perform the body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Je chodan zoje chona lai chancho pado dane japso che daje jenso je pe sonam je dola penje sanje doba sho chodan zoje chona lai chancho pado dane japso che daje jenso je pe sonam je dola penje
until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly.
By the merit of generosity and other good deeds,
may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all.
Namga danya be sanje danje dewa dan deve judan dembra juro dongra da dongra ge judan dewa juro donga membe dewa dan mendewa juro nyere jadan nyedan deve dan yonla dembra juro Ma namga dan nyambe sanje damje dewa dan deve jodan dembra jure dongra dan dongra ge jodan dewa jure dongra membe dewa dan mendewa jure nyere jodan nyedan deve dan yonla dembra jure.
Mother sentient beings, limitless space, have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment aversion. Omeji je potando to sanje kunjengo nya rasa chokrongo sotun zaba zawa lamana la goja se tabye to je je reso to je mendo de je bonjo se je lombo da bonje bego se je zo de langoja se orje sanje de naroda maba mela chuje kambo ba pomojo ba je wan to komba ka je lamana la goja se Taso Sanje Danje Jelo Choso Droa Jinje Laptoso, Cholando Loa Jinje Laptoso, Lantroba Sawa Jinje Laptoso, Troba Ishu Sochawa Jinje Laptoso, Nanje Jete Pandela Mensola Jepso Joa, Chuje Sanje Lada Mensola Jepso Joa, Nasa Pandela Mensola Tobe Dajoa Jinje Laptoso, Doje Jendroa Jinje Laptoso, Dende Tola Jebra Jinje Laptoso, Denzeto Damba Jinje Laptoso, Chaje Jembo Chojengo, Sendian Latobra Jinje Laptoso. Sanje Kundu Sava Lamalai Kusung Kuba Chimbu Cha Zelon de Menelo Rawan Shebatan Sedan Rupa Nyamba Chinjilo Lama Sanje Rinpoche La Japsu Chevo Chuju Sanje Rinpoche La Japsu Chevo. Good morning. As a as yesterday we mentioned in the Vajrayogini, they are called the common preliminary practice and uncommon preliminary practice. So becoming to steady, can say steady or stable practitioner, those common preliminary practices is important. Like if you want to build, need a good foundation. So this common preliminary practice make your foundation stable. So so we need to, like when I was starting in the in the monastery, normally we just going like a scholarly studying, but every morning our teacher always give instruction for training of the mind, meditation on the precious human life. We have to understand how precious it is, how greatness it is. So precious means that some kind of value. Our human life have how much value, in the basically we say it's a human is a kind of more precious than God realms. So sometimes people think when we talk about the precious human life, they think also I have a great body. Our body is nothing precious. They are nothing good, like no matter how you are important in your family, no matter how you are the center of the family, when your body become lifeless, they will pay lots of money to get rid of you. It's true. That is showing us the human body have less quality than any other species. Other animals, so after the death, they can make money from the body. We have to pay money to get rid of it. So actually human body they are nothing precious. But the human have a capacity, ability, that is the precious. So we have to utilize that capacity to fulfill our goal or achievement. So the reason we have to recognize in that one, why we have to think about that one, because it's really also fragile, called the impermanent. It's a fragile. It can be anything, can be become a cause to lose it. Forget about the things that can damage the body, like a weapon or poison. Definitely they can harm the precious human life. Even the things that can sustain, like a food, cloth or roof, sometimes they become a cause to losing our human life. So I think that is showing us how fragile it is. Yeah, so we have to be really cherish and utilizing, because sooner or later fragile will come. There no one will be continuing. We're not going to be here forever. Sooner or later we have to leave. So some people don't want to talk about that one. Some people don't want to think about that one. I think best way to deal with it is to talk about that one, think about that one, and prepare for that. So otherwise, when it comes to the last minute, and too late. So I think think about the impermanent. One way is like Bhutanese, they said that the nation of the growth of the nation is happiness. So how they get that happiness is by thinking about the impermanent. So I think impermanent is lots of time people think the impermanent of the death is always a negative way. Impermanent is a both way, good or bad. Like when things going well, you have to remember the impermanent, because this is not permanent. Can be lose this one. When you lose, if you think about that, may lose, then at the time of you losing it, you're not going to be too depressed. So one way you will cherish, and one way you utilize, and also same time you will detach, less attachment. But another way is when things not doing well, then think about the impermanent. This too shall pass. I don't have to be this way all the time. Today my day is not good, but tomorrow may be better. So impermanent have a both way to you can think. Then the third one is called the karma. Karma means the action. Every action we have to take responsibility, because there will be consequences. Every action, because sometimes we think that action not going to have any consequences, so any kind of result. So every action we have to take responsibility. If I do this one, this is going to happen. So karma means that there's called the good karma, bad karma, and what called unshakable karma. So they normally divided into three, yeah, like positive karma, negative karma, and like what I make you. Somebody can say that begin a jit. Tanyong, yeah, Tanyong. So Tanyong means the unshakable karma. So what is it? This one is like our, when we create our good karma, it is human. You can change to the bad. I mean, when you're experiencing the result of good karma, you can change to the bad by bad behavior. So we are born in the human life, but if we do all the illegal things, we lose all our freedom of the being human. So also some, you do the bad things can be reborn in the lower realm, but there some circumstance come and can change to liberate from that. So that way it's shakable. But when you're born to the form realm and formless realm, until your lifespan is end, you never change. That is what is unshakable karma mean in the Tibetan called the Tanyong. It means that they never change that one. So either way, when we're talking about the karma, lots of actually Tibetan act like a handicap. Oh, just karma. I cannot do anything. Yes, definitely we can do lots of things. We can change. We don't have to be a slave of karma. Because since we know how to create it, that bad karma, same time we have to know how to fix it. Make sense? So this is not always be like like sometimes people talk like karma mean that they are like you can do anything. That's not true. You can do lots of things to change. Like King Ajatashatru, he created a heinous crime, but later he regret on that, he remorse on that, and he using remedy and resolve. That way he only went to hell like a ball touched on the ground. Because of the purification. Power of the purification is great. So you can purify. Same thing is when you have a great merit, it can be destroyed by doing bad things. So I have to be careful with the karma mean. Then last one is called the falls of samsara. So I heard some people said, oh, I don't want to think about the suffering. I don't want to talk about the suffering. I come here to find the happiness. I'm not come to listen to the suffering. I already know the suffering. But in the Buddhism, we divide it into three sufferings called the suffering of change, all pervasive sufferings. What we recognize is only suffering of suffering. We're not recognizing of suffering of change. That is a big problem. Yesterday weather was kind of much better, sunny and beautiful. Today the weather is kind of cloudy. So today kind of more you feel like sadness or kind of like a low energy. Why? Because it depends from the yesterday's. Yesterday's good weather impact today's bad weather, make more sad. Make sense? So that's called the suffering of change. So if you never experience the good weather, you're not going to be sad with the bad weather because it's normal. I think so. So that way, we're not recognizing that one, and sometimes then so I think this reason, then all pervasive suffering is no way we can understand. So I think those reason Buddha is teaching on the meaning of the suffering too. And one reason is that one. Two is why Buddhism talk about the too much on the sufferings, because we don't want suffering. Because if you don't understand the suffering, you not think about the suffering, you're not going to think about the source of suffering. If you not think about the source of suffering, you're not going to find the solution. Make sense? So like people go to the doctor, visit doctor. They don't want to find the sickness, but they also want to find the sickness. Because if you find your sickness, then you can treat them. The doctor give you the solution. Your goal is not the finding sickness, but goal is finding the healthy. So if you want to be healthy, you have to understand your sickness. If you have a sickness, then doctor will give you the solution how to cure that sickness. So until you don't have knowledge about your sickness, you cannot cure that one. Make sense? So the reason why Buddha talked too much about the suffering, because Buddha want everyone free from suffering. Only can free from the suffering is if you know the suffering. Because when you know the suffering, then you will think about why this suffering is come from. What made me suffering? Like when our stomach is some upset, then you think, what did I eat? What caused me this one? Then next time you're careful, you not try to eat that one. Then you said, oh, I think that's not soothing my stomach, I don't want to eat. Make sense? Then you're not going to have stomach problem. See, that is the free from suffering mean. Because when you think about the suffering, then you think about the source of suffering. Once you know the source of suffering, then you're not going to repeat it. That is the goal of achievement of a free from suffering mean. So that way, it's a thinking about and talking about is a better solution than try to avoiding, try to ignoring. I have some friends, they don't go to see the doctor. They never go to see the doctor. Said, oh, I don't like seeing the doctor because they worry about finding something. That's actually not good solution. You pretend you're healthy is not going to be make healthy. So same thing is you pretend like you don't have any suffering, it's not going to make you free from suffering. So this reason, and especially if you really truly want to practice Dharma to path to the liberation, then those four are really necessary to understand. First, precious human life can give you the strength and courage of, yes, I can achieve the enlightenment too. I have this potential. Make sense? So you give yourself how to say this? Confidence. Confident, give you confidence. Yeah, I can do that too. Because sometimes we lack of confidence, or I'm not good enough. Especially in the Tibetan Buddhism, have this big problem. All the good teacher, we always said, oh, this is such a reincarnation. The ordinary people, they are no way to achieve that one. That's one way is good for faith, but reality is really bad example. Because then ordinary people like us, they said, oh, we have no hope. They are a great Lama because they are reincarnation of the Genesi and Tara and this and that. But I'm not, so I have no hope. Sometimes we become that way. Make sense? So the Milarepa, when asked his disciple, Master, you are extraordinary. You did everything so extraordinarily. Ordinary human cannot do what you did. You should be Vajradhara or Tilupa's reincarnation. The Milarepa said, you thinking your guru as a Vajradhara or Tilupa is really good for devotion. But the law of causality, that's the wrong view. You don't see my hard work. Still you give the credit to the Vajradhara and Tilupa. So that way, for the guru devotion, thinking about your guru is a Vajradhara or Tilupa or anyone, this is really good. But realitily, you have to understand how hard our guru work, like holiness, like Gajin Rinpoche, and those all guru, they work hard. They not become guru as a, they're not born with a silver spoon. Even they recognize it as a true guru, they work hard. They went through so much hardship to become that one. So that way, we need to, so that is showing us even anyone can become that one. If Milarepa can become great master like he is, then we can do, because we never done any of those bad things that Milarepa did. Make sense? Yeah, so compared to the Milarepa, we are much better of the earlier life. But of course, the later Milarepa become much better than us. So I think this is showing us a precious human life give you the courage and belief, and then impermanent give you also, remove your laziness. Then you not become a land of the mañana. We wait. Oh, I will do tomorrow. I will do next time. So, when we think about the impermanent, you must do when you are capable, when you have a free time, when you are, because sometimes people think, oh, right now I'm not ready to do. I have to go enjoy my life. Then I will do the spiritual one later. But that time, then kind of like a little bit too late. Sometimes it's become a little bit too late. So whenever you are physically or mentally, favorable condition, you must do those practice. And now, this we talk about this practice of Chakra Sambhavara mandala is particularly in the Kagyu lineage is really important, because when Tilupa was a young monk in the monastery, he learned really well in the Sudra tradition. He really want to learn about the Tantra, but there are not that many teachers to teach him around that time. So he went to Udayana. Right now it's in between the Pakistan and Afghanistan. Then he received and directly teaching from the Vajrayogini. So that way, if you the Kagyu lineage, you so the we don't see the Shakyamuni Buddha. We said Vajrayogini, Tilupa, Naro, Marva, Mila. Why? Because Tilupa already achieved the Mahasiddha. The Mahasiddha can see directly Sambhogakaya Buddha. Ordinary people cannot see the Sambhogakaya Buddha. So Tilupa can meet with the Sambhogakaya directly. So Vajrayogini means the Shakyamuni Buddha form of a Sambhogakaya. So same Buddha. So he received the teaching, and particularly called the 3 jewel like a hearing lineage. I'm sure you heard this one. The Kajuba is really famous because of this called the Kajuba. Kaju means oral transmission, lineage of the oral transmission. So this originally not writing down, it's always oral transmission. So hearing, ear to ear. Master give to. So Tilupa received this directly from the Vajrayogini. It's called the 3 jewel 3 jewel circle of a hearing lineage, I think can say. So this 3 jewel circle of a hearing lineage is first is called the jewel of a lineage. Second is called the jewel of the ripening empowerment. And third one is called the jewel of liberation instructions. Jewel of the lineage means where lineage come from, That is called the jewel of the lineage. This lineage is important. Without the lineage, you're not connected. Make sense? So chain of the lineage, unbroken chain of the lineage. Because when you have an unbroken chain of the lineage, then you receive actually same as you receive directly from the source. If there's no jewel of the chain of the lineage is broken, then you're not connected to the source. So they call the jewel. So this is basically said. Zali kui konzena, milam yishin no ye. Yindu songi konzena, dalam yishin no ye. Chanza toki kona. Zali kui konzena, yuba yishin no ye. So it's zagli mean the image. It's called the treasure house of the image lineage. It's called image. It's called the jewel of a lineage. Treasure house of the word, syllable as a ripening jewel like ripening lineage, treasure house of the hand implements of the heart as a called the liberation instruction, jewel of liberation instruction lineage. So this is divided into three. So the lineage is we can talk like Tiluba, Naro, Marba, Mila is come through. Then what is the ripening lineage? Ripening means that receive the empowerment. Like we talked about yesterday also, ripening empowerment means that like a Vajadara give to the Tiluba, Tiluba give to the Naroba, Naroba give to the Marba, Marba give to the Milarva. So on, we come through the lineage, unbroken chain of the lineage, but then called the liberation instructions. So liberation instruction have a two called the generation stage and a completion stage. So generation stage is a Chakra-sambhavara mandala is a generation stage of the meditator on the Chakra-sambhavara, Vajrayogini, and all those four, Dakinis and those all the deities. They also have a few different mandalas called the, one is called the co-emerge Chakra-sambhavara, 5 deity Chakra-sambhavara, 13 deity Chakra-sambhavara, I think 60 deity Chakra-sambhavara. So the different Chakra-sambhavara mandala, that's called the generation stage. Then a completion stage is like 6 yoga of Naroba. So this is a complete of the Kajupa, say 5 path of the Mahamudra and 6 yoga of Naroba. This is called the hearing lineage of the Dakini Julaga Julag one. So so based on that, so that way I think Milaraba emphasizing morely on the deity as a Chakra-sambhavara. It's mainly in the Kajuva tradition. Chakra-sambhavara and Vajrayogini is principal deity of the lineage. Otherwise, personally, I think each one have their own different deities. So from that Chakra-sambhavara mandala, we talk about the Vajrayogini called the true truth face, because it have a two face of a Vajrayogini. So yesterday we talked about the wheel of protection, and then mandala of the seed sellable Christian and all those where's the Chakra-sambhavara seed. Then today we can talk about the page 6 said it said open, which is a interlies human corpse. Above that is the nature of my mind as a red syllable bum. So red syllable bum is a Vajrayogini syllable, seed syllable. But that is also your nature of your mind. This is a really critical of the Vajrayana. You have to think this is my nature of mind. My own awareness is this one. Because if you think this is, Vajrayogini is, seed syllable, then you separate yourself from the deity. In the Vajrayana, you have to understand that deity and you always be inseparable. Permanently oneness. That is the most important. We can talk later on that. So this balm is your own awareness as a manifest as a form of a balm. Then I said, then blazing with the light. So this balm have a light, 5-color light. 5-color light as a symbol of a 5 wisdom. First is called the blue light, Dhammadhatu wisdom. And white lights, Mirulaga wisdom. Yellow lights, equanimity wisdom. Red lights, discrimination wisdom. And green light is activity wisdom. So this 5-color light manifests from the balm syllable. They are the symbol of a 5 wisdom. Also, this is you can say, symbol of a 5 Buddha families. Blue light is a Akshobhya, white light is a Barochanam, yellow light as a Ranasambhava, red light as a Amitabha, and green light as a Amoghasiddhi. So this is a 5 light as a symbol of a 5 Buddha family and a 5 wisdom. So that 5 Buddha family 5 wisdom manifests as a form of a 5 light from the balm syllable. then this transform into the deku knife. Then that bomb become a hook knife. You can see the picture there, deku knife. This is a Vajrayogini's hand implement. With the Vajra handle, adorned in the center with a syllable bomb. So it's also center up there. So I think you can see the picture. You see, yeah? Yeah. Okay. Then said, light emanate from this, making offering to the noble one. So from the light come the 10 directions, multicolor light manifests from the bomb on the lotus petal. Bomb become bomb become a hook knife, and hook knife and a bomb manifest a light 10 directions. And the top of the light, offering goddess, you can visualize the offering goddess. In each offering goddess holding the offering object. And that one is a countless of them. Whole space is filled and offering to all the noble one is here talking about the Buddha and Bodhisattva. What is the purpose of offering? Purpose of offering is called the benefit of yourself. When you're offering to Buddha and Bodhisattva, you will accumulate the merit. So this is called the from the true benefit. This is first benefit of yourself. Then second one is said, and purifying the negative deed and obscuration of all sentient beings. Now, again, so once you radiate the light from the 10 directions, offering to the Buddha and Bodhisattva, then light return form of blessings and dissolve to the bomb and the deku knife. You're visualizing this way. So once it dissolved all the enlightened blessings, again radiate the light from the hook knife and the bomb syllable for the six realms of the sentient beings: hell, hungry ghost, animal, human, demigod, god realms, and purifying their all obscuration and suffering. So, like when the light touch all sentient beings, purifying, and they transform to the Vajrayoginis, Vajravarahi. Like there's called there's some liquid. I don't know now exists or not. There's like a Nagarjuna did that one. That liquid called the Muchu. When it touched to the metal, it become a gold. Have you heard this one? No. There's a Nagarjuna know this CD. So he transformed all the gold, whatever liquid that touched to any metal, all the metal become a completely pure gold. So this is called we call the silver liquid. I don't know what is English. Mercury, yes. This is like mercury. When the light touched to the sentient being, they transform from the ordinary body to, in this case, Vajravarahi. Every sentient being free from suffering. All the 6 classes of sentient beings. That's called a benefit for others. So lots of time because of sadhana, most of the time said radiate the light, perform the true benefit. Have you seen this? Yeah, perform the true benefit. Mean that when you're offering to the Buddha and Bodhisattva, benefit for you. When the light to touch to the sentient being and liberate them from the suffering of samsara to transform them to the Vajravarahi, benefit for them. Yeah. So those two, and deed and obscuration, all sentient being establishing them in the state of the Vajrayogini or Vajravarahi, same. And this light gather back in the complete transform like a red silk rays into the sky. I myself become the Vajrayogini. My body is red, shine with a brilliance of the 100,000 sun. So I have a wisdom light, naturally. So then said, my main face has 3 eyes, and the expression of the mixed wrath and patience. Vajrayogini have 3 expressions same time. Okay, wrath expression, patient expression, and compassion expression. We only can do the one expression at time. She had 3 expressions same time. So Radha expression toward to the evil beings. Okay, evil beings. Because she want to be liberate them from the continuing of the creating negative karma. So she show the Radha face. That's called the Radha face to the evil beings. Passionate face to the Chakra because she is a union with the Chakra Chakra is her consort, so that way she is a passionate expression with the Chakra and a compassion expression with the sentient beings. So that way she in here is mentioned only two, but she have three expressions same time: wrath, passionate, and compassion. Wrath to the evil beings or negative one, and passionate to the Chakra and compassion toward to the sentient beings. So that way, all the wrathful deities, they come out of wrath, the compassion. So chakras like Vajrayogini, they don't have like a hatred toward to the evil one. She manifests wrath to the evil one because she cares so much about them. Like yesterday I mentioned, when somebody cares about you, when you make a mistake, they will criticize to you. They will scold you. Like our parent, we call that top love. So that wrath is out of the top love, out of compassion, out of love come. Because if she doesn't care sentient beings, then she have no business to showing them to the wrath. Like I heard this on Western saying is one bad cop and one good cop. The role have to play with the parent, So she's playing both roles, bad cop and good cop. So she have three expressions: wrath, patient, passion, patient and passionate, passionate and compassion. So that's she can express those three. Things slightly bare. Behind my red ear is the black head of the sow, making the snoring roar. The sow is making snoring roar. I have a crown of a 5 dry skull. This meaning is come later, so we don't need to talk too much. Okay, and my hair is unbound. I wear the necklace of the 51 skull and the 50 type of a symbolic bone ornament. 5 type of a symbolic bone ornament. With my right hand is I brandish cook knife, decook knife, and with my left I hold the skull cup, blood to my heart. With the inner cup of my left arm, I hold the katanga. I am naked, joyful, partaking in the blood, and my body blood dip of the fourth. Possessing the youth of the 16 years old, and my breasts arose, and with my right leg down, in my left leg is extended. This expenses of the 3 realm as a transformed into the dance. I dwell in the center of the self-immense mass of the blazing fire. So this all is a visualization. So when practicing the deity, there's called the 5 characteristics. So this one is called the clarity. You have to learn how to visualizing clearly. First one is a clarity. So try to see the detail when you're visualizing. Try to see the detail of the deity's body when you visualize. So it's not come easily. So there's a way to exercise. So first focus on a certain area, like try to see her third eye. Just focus on only third eye. One day you can see the third eye, long period of time, then you can see the third eye. Then slowly try to see other part of the eye or the other 2 eyes, and then take time, but then gradually you can see her face. Then slowly try to see the her necklet and all those. Then one day you can see total of her body completely like see as an image. And also for me also this is really helpful. It's like I do like scanning from the crown to the lotus, from the lotus to the crown, like scanning, try to see all slowly come down until lotus, and then from the lotus to slowly go up until her crown jewel. Also this is helpful. This is either way you have to use lots of picture. So one thing is these days lots of people using image called the modern art. And they have some kind of like a really funny looking image. You have to be really careful. If you visualize in that way, one day you become like that. Make sense? So you don't want to become like that. Modern art is good for eye expression for kind of like a nice way. But if you become exactly like that, I don't think so you will be pleased. So when you meditate that way daily, when you become enlightenment, your body form like that. So that reason, Jidisunggun and many they said, Jidisungguns in the Gongji said, Hanam Tanji Tsembe Yuen this must be measure a manner mark all the deity. Even Jidisungga went to further than that. He said, even your guru is not good looking. Try to make the image better, little bit better looking. You can do the Photoshop. Really, he said that one. You can change a little bit, kind of like not completely change, because if you completely change, you're not recognizing that as your guru. But same time, you slightly change that have a kind of like, somehow you can see the measure and manner mark on there. So that reason, when it comes to the deity, the measure is really important. Measurement is. Because the modern art is maybe good for the kind of like a entertain, yeah, but not good for the practice. And also Jidisunggun said, even you have a vision, don't meditate like that if that vision is not matched with the image that taught in Buddha's sutra. Sometimes because we practitioner can get sudden vision, that not necessarily always follow with that visions. If that vision is not matching with the image which is mentioned in the sutra, then shouldn't use that one for the practice. So that way, when we're meditating on this, you will find any deities, whatever you're practicing, you try to find good picture, good measure, good art, really good one. Then you visualizing that one as yourself as become that way. Then when you become a Buddha, you become exactly like that. So this clarity of the first characteristic of the clarity is one important is make sure have that image, whatever you use in that image, make sure have a good measurement image. That image is not like a kind of a how to say, like some people draw that just whatever. Yeah. So Jidisunggun said in the, in the Gongji, never trust just your own expression, your own vision, or if your vision is not matching with because sometimes he said sometimes people see the Buddha only head, then they try to draw Buddha only head, deity's image. Some see only arm, then people said, this is my vision. So he said, don't just do that one. Even you only see the head, you must meditate on the complete. Even you see the only arm, you must meditate the complete of the image. Also that complete one is make sure with the right measurement. So yes, they have all measurement, from the sutra. You have to go to school to learn that measure. So clearly is visualizing the deity's image clearly. So this one also really good karma biting meditation. Lots of people like to do karma biting. So just visualizing the deity. So it's 2 in 1. Deity yoga and karma biting together. Yeah. Generation stage is actually part of the karma biting. Then completion stage is a vipassana. So in the Vajrayana, they use these 2, generation stage and completion stage. So focusing on the deity's image is a part of the karma abiding. Also, so this is from the 5 characteristic. First characteristic. Then here said, donning the armor. Remember, I think I mentioned Chakra Sambhavara, they call the Julak 4 mantra. Julak 4 mantra. Why is it Julak? Because it's like a jewel, just called the root mantra. Root mantra is not in this text. Okay, root mantra is not in this text. Root mantra, essence mantra, very essence mantra, and armor mantra. So here is armor mantra. Armor means the protection. Okay, said, at my navel, bam. Okay, at the navel is an area, it's bam, which is transformed into the red Vajravarahi. At my heart, Ham Yum, transformed into the blue Yamini. At my throat, Shim Mom, transformed into the white Mohani. At my forehead, Shim Shim, transformed into the yellow Samjali Lini. At my crown, Hung Hung, transformed into the green Samadara Sini. At my limbs, Pet Pet, transformed into the Chandika, smoggy in color. So you can, that image is a back page. There's an image, all the deity, those armor deities image is a back page. If you are comfortable, you can visualize all those dakinis as a mention. Just next page. The image is next page. Sorry. With the mantra all there. Okay, so this is a really complicated sometimes, but you can memorize in the seed syllable. Make sense? So you can memorize the seed syllable. So where you're meditating this syllable, outside the body, inside the body, His Eminence Lamkhen Rinpoche said, you have to visualize in these 6 seed syllables between the skin and flesh. These 6 syllables are like a navel, crown, forehead, all the between skin and flesh, visualizing. But limbs ones, all the 8 great join, like a join here, join here, join here, join here, join here, join here. This is called the 8 great join. You visualize the limbs mean the 8 join. Those. Yes, joints. So that's His Eminence Lamkhen Rinpoche said this. Khenpo Rinpoche said in his commentary. So now why we meditate on the armor? Said, as yesterday I mentioned, will of protections. Armor is a benefit for us. Chi, baje, nando meyo ata, nanju mudu chirmejo. So inner samadhi, CD, not lose to out, and outer obscuration not come in. So that way I call the armor. Like when military, they have to wear the armor. Police wear the armor. Make sure other can they shoot them. So same way, this is a protecting ourselves. Because when you're practicing, seriously become a practitioner, there are lots of obstacles will come. Those obstacles, maybe you can call obstacles, but there are lots of problem comes. There are 2 reasons, those problems. One problem is because of your karma is a rapini. When your karma is a rapini, or mean the purifying, you have to experience a certain degree on your own body. Like when the king, one king killed all the Shakya people, that day Buddha had a headache. And Buddha said, if I'm not Buddha, today I died. Because I'm Buddha, today I only have a headache. Because they did something in the previous life. Okay, that's a karma revenue. So that is showing us, even you purifying totally, some degree is you experience on your body. So that way practitioner gets sickness. Sometimes problem comes. It's not bad, it's good. Like how good is it? If you go to hell, exchange is you lose one finger. Or you go to lose your life. Exchange is you lose your one finger. Which is better? Much easier to lose one finger is better than losing whole life. So it's become like that. So through the purification, it's a majority of your karma is totally purified, but some degree is you cannot totally purify it. So you have to experience on your body. So Dharma practitioner, because of your lightening of your negative karma, some degree is come to you. So that way sickness and those come. But not always be karma when problem comes. Sometimes Mara doesn't like that one. Mara means in here, Mara means particularly talking about the powerful worldly lord, like Indra, Brahma, and those powerful ones. They don't like someone becoming higher than them. When you're practicing, definitely you become higher than them. They get jealous. I mean, nobody likes to become better than you, People have problem. When somebody is becoming better than you, you get jealous. I mean, that's the nature in the samsara. So they have also that problem. So they start making obstacle to you. So this is called the outer Mara. So Dharma practitioner facing a lot of those challenge. I heard one monk in the Sajak tradition, when he was a monk, he get lots of sick. One day he disrupted, his all sickness is gone. No more sick. Then Khenpo, I have one student, I kind of like can say student, I mean a friend, Khenpo's classmate. When he come to the Dehradun, he always gets sick. But he go to the Ladakh, no sickness. Because so that is a Dharma have lots of obstacles comes. So that reason we need a practitioner, need this armor visualization. Why we meditating armor laga? Yeah.
Also, if I can say, in Khenpo Pelden's commentary on the wisdom chapter of Shantideva's great work, he talks about how obstacles can arise.
Yeah.
That Mara will throw out obstacles, and people can even appear as a monk or a bodhisattva even. And so we have to be very careful because this is really so important, because we have this happen at the Dharma Center. People have troubles, and they, we think in a worldly way because of our attachment. We think, robe gave me problem. When I get rid of the robe, I'm good. But we're seeing upside down.
Yes, that's true. Sorry?
These joints, the joint area, is that this?
Yeah.
And then the knee?
Yeah. For is normally we call the 8 great joints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So all these Dagini also have one face, 2 hands, and they hold the cook knife and the right and the skull cup on the blood on the left, possess the ornament like the Varahi. So clearly visualizing this. This is your the practice of the clarity from the first characteristic. Okay, then here called the summoning the wisdom deity, receiving the blessings. I think this is 2 reasons why summoning the wisdom deities. One, yes, receive the blessing of all the enlightened, blessings. 2, also this help you to divine pride. Because deity yoga, you need the divine pride, or I am the deity. You need this confident. You have to be believe. It's not imagination. It's not visualization. It's not becoming. You are the deity from the primordially. You have same nature. We all share the same nature. Buddha, sentient beings, everyone have the same nature. So in that Nyingma tradition called the Shiji Lamni Debuji, it means the one base, two path, and one result. So why is called the one base? Because everyone shares the same base. Sentient being and Buddha, everyone have the same base called the Buddha nature. Our nature is always be permanently pure. Our nature of our mind is always pure. They never been polluted. No one can pollute the nature. Like if you see the water, really muddy water, but water itself is not muddy. We couldn't distinguish from our eye because our capacity is small, but water and mud always be separate. When you see the colorful water, color and water never be one. If they become one, cannot separate. Make sense? So that way, this is showing us that nature never change, but appearance will change. So that way, when come to the nature, we are sharing same nature. Buddha and us, Vajrayogini, and our nature is same. Based on that nature, you are the Vajrayogini. You need that confidence. So this kind of like wisdom beings inviting help that competence become more realistic. Make sense? Yes, because sometimes when meditating, I become a Vajrayogini, but you keep the ordinary eye. Yeah. Or I'm become a Vajrayogini. I'm a Vajrayogini, but then you still hold it that there. So this is more important than clarity actually. From those characteristics, most important is you need firm, competent of believing yourself as a deity. If you have this one, even you couldn't visualizing clearly, it's not mistaken. If you don't have this one, even you can visualizing clearly, still not complete. So firm, confident about believing yourself as the deity, that is the most important, called the divine pride. Most important part. I think this wisdom, so many of the wisdom being, it help become a more firm. Make sense? Because when you visualize in some point, we have a sense of, oh, this is my imagination. But when we summon the wisdom being and deserve to you, then it's more than your imagination. You feel like something received to you, something become. Yeah. So I think I never heard this from anyone, but I believe this one is really helpful. For me, it's really helpful. By summoning the wisdom being and deserve to you and becoming inseparable, that help your generation stage become more firm. So that way we have to invite the wisdom beings. So yes, within the sacred place of yoginis, there is a red damodaya. So sacred place is the lower, okay, adorned with the center with the syllable Shri. Light emanate from this, the Victoria one of the 10 direction, together with their retinue, are inviting the assembler in the space before me in the form of a Vajrayogini, Vajra Samaja. With the Vajra Samaja, all the invited. So all the Buddha and Bodhisattva become a form of a Vajrayogini. All different size. Some are big, some are small. Countless of them from the 10 direction, like falling snow. You can see the snow. And when the snow fall and it dissolve to the hard rock, something like that, wisdom being deserved to you, the Samaya being. Yourself is called the Samaya being. Emerging from the nature about of the Pure Land is called the wisdom beings. So this is you already Vajrayogini. From your sacred place, there's a Damodaya and a Shri syllable. From the Shri syllable and light invite, radiate the light. From the light inviting from the 10 directions, all Buddha and Bodhisattva form of Vajrayogini, like identical form. So wisdom and Samaya have to be identical form. So any deities, not just only this one, any deity you practicing, when you're inviting, have to be identical form. Whatever deity practicing. Okay, so here Vajrayogini identical form inviting and dissolve to you. That's this you are. Then said, phantomless enlightened body of the yogini emanate for their enlightened body. This dissolve into my crown, generate the bliss and power of my body. Red vow as a consonant emanate from their enlightened speech and dissolve into my throat, generate the force and power of my speech. And the stream of bodhicitta flow down from their enlightened mind and dissolve into my heart, generating the primordial wisdom of bliss and emptiness in my mind stream. Finally, yogini herself dissolve into me, and we become inseparable. So this is it. Inviting them in the space from their body manifests as a countless of a body. Yeah. So again, manifest countless body, dissolve to your body. And in here, your body means that your forehead. Okay, forehead is a body. And the many countless of mantra manifest, dissolve to the throat. It's called the dissolve to your speech. You receive the blessing. And they said nectar of bodhicitta. Nectar of bodhicitta, His Eminence Gaji Rinpoche said, when you bring the nectar of bodhicitta, it should be like rainbow light. So kind of like rainbow light form, nectar of bodhicitta, multicolor, and dissolve to your heart. Also, here you can visualize as hand implement. Hand implement as a symbol of mind. The Vajrayogini's hand implement is a skull cup and hook knife. So those are manifest countless of them and dissolve from, so you receive the blessing of the body, speech, mind of the wisdom beings of the Vajrayogini. Then once you receive that one, then Vajrayogini in the front of you, all those countless of them also dissolve to you. Then you as a, Samaya beings and Vajrayogini in the space, which is we inviting from the Pure Land, is becoming wisdom being, they becoming inseparable. Then stay on that generation stage. So I think you remember I said, what is the difference between Yoga Tantra and Anuyoga Tantra? In the Yoga Tantra, within the generation stage, you have to be wisdom and Samaya inseparable. Here, it's become a wisdom and Samaya already inseparable. Anuyoga Tantra. In the Yoga Tantra, it's only become inseparable or dissolve together as a end of the practice called the equipoise meditation. At the equipoise meditation, and then you become completion stage without a sign at that time become inseparable. So that's a little bit different. Make sense? With the Yoga Tantra and Anuyoga Tantra. But this is always, I think this wisdom being inviting is really helpful for us to build this confidence of, yeah, I'm the deity now. It's not just only my imagination. Okay, so can we just need a break? Om Bhazan Sadhu Samaya Manum Balaya Bhazan Sadhu Deno Bhadishtan Teto Memba Sudo Kyayo Memba Wa Subo Kayo Memba Wa Anurado Memba Wa Sawa Siddhi Membraya Sawa Kama Suzame Citam Shriya Guru Ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa Dadangata Bezama Meme Bezembawa Ma Samaya Sadhu. Tell us. La. Ngadi di ramne chichi dalasa. Please, I need to. I have duty to follow.
Blessing the prayer flag.
Podala in Jone, the Jangola, Jujadayo, Tamago Jesus, Ladala, Major, Jabamala, and Apombo, the Matamanacha. Jeju mam paman drama la cha za la chen drama ni ma pa mo che le je lo dan drama je su nge che che je su jo la jo ma che za dong da ko ko je na zu be shen ma ko man tu na je ru jo ra ba ma che su nge che je pe me chen na ma je ma je ba zu ko de je wa so ba zu de je 전제 디시지 버조도 다 남아 저저 마마를 버저 버도 저서 지시도 마 저도 도라 홍예 제도 저도 나가 마 제도 뭐 저는데 뭐 고반데 마 저도 지지 말아 사마는 건 저마 저머라 드스나다 니 저도 마 저도 저도 버르도로도 좀마 이건 여셔는데 뭐도 버신도 마 저도 뭐 뒤지 뭐 남아 좀마 저기 전에 된데 저도 좀 말아서 마 저도 건 저도 자제 소면도 가나 마제 마마를 저기 거래 제베 란주이 손로마 저도 건지베 오지 저바 마 저버저도 되게 지도도 제마 저도 사실 좀 소나 저 고반만 제마 전제 영혼제 얼마도만 제마 저도 너무 제마 제마 냥가도 주냐 마소 나데 베도 좀 제마 이런 거는 저거나 그러가 다만 너무 좀마 저서 영혼 되게 대버좀 제마 자고나 그러가 왜 다이런도 제마 이게 주방나 거바 뭐나 좀 제마 저도레션도 배 홍나베서베 제마 라만다다 베제 저도 요냐마 잘라서 나베 저도 마다른 제페 이제 또 넘을 Chazalai Zona Jebola, the Majete, Maguna Gojago, Jeju, the Melania Sama, Chimado Jebe, Chimblora Sama, Dora, Yeshin, the parents, Zongo Besho, the Madonna Zona. Zawang Jetoba de the Chazawan and you should judge Dara to the Tourism, Dara to the Tourism, Dara to the Tourism, Dara to the Omodare to the tourism, Dara to the tourism, Dara to the tourism, Church and Chipas, the Jesus, but the Jana Constitution and the message in Minamanga, the Salama, the German. Jeda to the worship of Kusun to Jitan and the Chichi, Jesus, but she never see about the machine that the super database, almost super database, Church and Chipas, the Jesus, but she said and get the message in Minamanga, the Salama, but the Jawan and Yanga, but the shoes at the worship of Kusun to Jitan and like Kaji, Jan, Bahazon, Jesus, but she never machine, but Temperature Jata Sanjita and Chotomon, almost super database, almost super database, Church and Chipas, the Jesus, but she said and get the message in Minamanga, the Salama, but the Jawan and Jedado at the worship of Kusun to Jitan and like Kaji, she never machine, the number shoes, the machine at Jata almost super database, almost super database, almost super database, almost super database, Yetama hidden borrow, he did the Kentaka, the Honda takers in the road, the Mashamanas, Yetama hidden borrow, he did the Kentaka, the Honda takers in the Mashamanas, Yetama hidden borrow, he did the Kentaka, and Honda takers in the road, Mashaman, Yetama hidden borrow, he did the Kentaka, the Honda takers in the road, Mashamanas, so Vesanja to Bajato, the Mata Jitro, the Alhadami, the Ocean, and Tajima to Bajabala, the General, so the Vincho, one of the Millennium, some of the Jibajos, and you also want to see members of the Jitan, the Page Javadana, Maleba, Melanie, to Bajato, the Jibo, the Judicial, into the Jasaramoji, young under the Vijibas, the Jivin was a go, the permanent ship, the legend of what I almost remember. I tell Chilamanga, she changed my Uber, she no much in the Kota selection and the cheese, so much in the Conatos, George, you saw the Betos, Nando Oboto, the show the Chuda Desipo, that was quick, you must send a bit of Sunji Makalabanga to you much. Trashi Bamba, my Trashi shows. Can I have water, please? Yeah, thank you. No, it's okay, no. Okay, Ben, this is done.
Who's it for?
I don't know. I think somebody order. Can give to Khenpo, he will know.
keep it at your table.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Anything else you need?
No.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. This is your, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Well said. Thank you. Gift from husband.
Oh, yeah.
I'm especially blessed.
Yeah.
We love Tara.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
That's one of my main practice.
Yeah, it's such a good,
Yeah.
just overall protector and helps
Yeah.
us with so many things.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
True.
Thank you. Did you have a good night with Khenpo?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
It was good.
You can stay with you can stay with him.
Yes. You live stream on the Facebook or I mean the Zoom or YouTube?
Both.
Oh, okay.
In Zoom, you can send
Yeah.
it to
Okay.
YouTube. So we do everything except for the empowerment.
Okay. That's good. Yes.
Without those little covers, boom, boom, boom.
Ah, okay. Okay.
So
It helps.
Much. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nothing new today, friend. All good.
Look, Tony. Look at the camera. We need that kind of.
Yeah, I was looking at their camera.
Yeah, it's nice. It's $300. It's got 20. So, because some cameras they have digital zoom, so you can make it bigger, but if it's grainy, that's an option. So I can zoom in, you can see the hair and his nose.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't remember the names of the Chinese company. I really sweated the whole thing. I looked at a lot of different cameras, and when I bought the camera, I wasn't sure if the trouble we were having with all our streaming was the camera, but it turned out to be the computer. This thing puts an even heavier load on it. But the new one, it's not quite top of the line, but it's like an i7 and 32 gig RAM and a pretty good add-on video card. And video. Laptops, some of them just have one video, but the higher end ones, this is actually a gaming laptop. It's got two different video, so one's built in.
I like the idea of that camera.
Yeah, it's got a. Turn back, I'll show you. Okay, so it's got both USB and IP. The other thing I'm doing so that days and time. YouTube is so these here you can see the time and if we need to let go of a certain time, I will send you the link to the actual camera. Yeah, please do. About $300. We bought the warranty. Send you a link to that too. Might have to remind me.
Almost lunchtime. Khenpo di dictionary iwa phone kan. Om Bhajan Sadhu Samaya Mano Balaya Bhajan Sadhu Deno Bhai Denjo Dejo Membawa Sadhu Kayo Membawa Subho Chayo Membawa Anurado Membawa Sawa Sede Mendaya Sawa Kama Sutame Chitam Shriya Doro Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sawa Dadanga Bezrama Membez Bizimbawa Ma Samaya Sadhu As. Now, second characteristic of the deity yoga generation stage is called the pure recollection. Pure recollection means that all deities' appearance have an inner pure meaning of the enlightened wisdom. something have to do with the enlightened quality that we call the pure recollections. Sometimes you see the deity wrathful, sometimes see the peaceful, sometimes see the yellow, red. Each color, each shape, each form have inner wisdom. This is like a when you go to the pharmacy, you try to buy the medicine. How you look the medicine is what kind of medicine it is. You don't look on the pill. You look the label. Label tell you what is in the medicine, what kind of benefit can get from the medicine. So pure recollection is the same as the label. Yeah, so inner quality cannot see. Make sense? So how we can guess what kind of quality in that wisdom, the deity is by outer appearance. So outer appearance is a expression of the inner quality. So that way it's called the pure recollections. Now here, the mention here said, my enlightened body symbolizing the one taste of the all manifolds. It means that everything is within the one taste. All phenomena are within the one taste. There's many countless of phenomena is the same nature. That way it's called the one taste, non-duality. So that recollection of that is that way one face, one body. One taste of the meaningful phenomena, the mixed wrath and expression, passionate expression of my mind, main face, symbolizing as a pacification of affliction and expense. The sow's head behind my ears symbolizing the unchanging Dharmakaya. So this is basically talk about the true truth. Okay, generally Buddha's teaching, in the common vehicle, Buddha talk about the Four Noble Truths. Okay, and in the Mahayana, Buddha talk about the true truth. And ultimately, there's only one truth, absolute nature. That is the only truth. So this one is when talking about the true truth, here is expressing the true truth. Main face as a relative truth and Sao as an absolute truth. So what is the relationship between the true truths? So those two truths cannot be separated. This is like a sun and ray of sun. And this is like a gold and color of gold. There's a two, you said color of gold and gold, but they are the one. Sun and ray of sun is the same. One is a sun, one is a ray, but those can be separate. Makes sense? So that way, this true truth must be inseparable. So our nature expression of the mind, unceasing one, is called the method, and suchness of the mind. Suchness or inner nature of its mind is called the unborn dharma dhatu. That is called the wisdom or absolute truth. So these two, nature expression of the mind and the suchness of a mind, these two cannot be separate. That way, there's an appearance as a true truth, as a true face. They are not separated. So it have to be any kind of Vajrayogini when talking about the true truth, relative truth and absolute truth. They are not talking about two things. One, as an expression part, is called the nature expression, of your mind, which is the relative appearance as a form, sound, and those are, and its own inner nature of a mind is called the absolute. So nature, mind itself divided into one is called the expression of the mind, one is called the inner nature. But those are both are part of the mind. Same is like a gold and color of the gold, and the sun and ray of light of the sun. So that way, these two truths have to be inseparable. half of my hair bound, the half flowing loosely down on my neck, symbolizing as a blossom in the primordial wisdom into the expanse and working for the purpose of all sentient beings. So mean that like a half of her hair is completely not make the kind of what call this, top knot. And half of hair is behind loose. That is one is showing as a her state of the nirvana, primordial wisdom. But within this primordial wisdom, she continually helping sentient being in the samsara, benefited sentient being. That is that way half of hair is loose, half is high hair is a kind of like a top knot. That's a symbol of it. My 3 eyes symbolizing the 3 times. So she have 3 eyes symbolizing that she knows all the 3 times. Past, present, future. Okay, that one. And then said, my 4 bare fangs symbolizing the serving as a 4 Mara at the root. So 4 Mara in the sutra it's called the Mara of the aggregate, Mara of the son of the god, Mara of the afflicted emotion, and Mara of the death. Why is called the Mara? Because they are the obstacle to the state of the deathless state of the nirvana. That way, like a Mara of the son of the god is a obstacle to the your samadhi. Okay, and the Mara of the aggregate means because the aggregate is dying. Because we have aggregate, where we die, death comes. Then Mara of the afflicted emotion is causing have this aggregate. So that way, this called the Sutra tradition is called the 4 Mara. But in the Tantra, when talking about the 4 Mara, is this talking about that there's 4 most powerful worldly beings. That's called the 4 Maras. So Mara of the afflicted emotion, as I call the Vishnu, no Shiva, Mahashiva, white in color. Mara of the son of the god as a Indra, kind of like a brown of the orange. Mara of the death is called the Vishnu, black, and a Mara of the aggregate as a Brahma, as a yellow. In this 4, you can see the deities as a Hevajra. Under the Hevajra deity, you can see the 4 color being Hevajra stepping. Those are the 4 most powerful worldly beings: Indra, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahashiva. They are the most powerful. Brahma is the most powerful in the form realms. Indra is the most powerful in the god realms. Vishnu is the most powerful in the demigod, and Mahashiva is the most powerful in the human realms. So because why the deity are sitting on them? Because worldly beings, no matter how powerful they are, no matter how good they are, they only bring you to the samsara. I mean, we can look this way. No matter how much your parents love you, no matter how much your relative love you, they only show you the path to the samsara. Make sense? No one can give you the path to the nirvana. I mean, they're not like deliberately try to show you deeper in the samsara. No, they want to be best for you, but they not have that ability to show you the path to the nirvana. No one can show. So that is showing as a worldly being. No matter how powerful they are, no matter how much they care about you, only they can show you the deeper in the samsara. So that when you following on this powerful and worldly Lord, or can say powerful most worldly Lord, they will benefit for you. They can make you rich, they can make you powerful, they can make you smart. But from this achievement, you create a more heavy negative karma. So long-termly, it will bring you deeper in the samsara. So that reason, when you achieving sometime, practitioner, you get sometime you become a more successful with the practitioner, becoming like some people do the blessing, it become a really affection. effect. And there's one, I heard one Kiluba monk, he studied, graduate, everything, then he went to his hometown. And of course, in Tibet, what people need is that they need a ritual. They need the blessings. Always they ask you. So they come to the definition and the blessings. And removing the obstacles. Most of people ask you, the monks, they ask that one. They never ask you to teach you how to meditate. That's culturally like that, okay? So when he went back to home, then people asking him to, then he was doing definition, and slowly it coming him to kind of clairvoyant. He can tell what is the cause of his sickness or problem. So then he became really popular in his hometown, really popular because of that. Then when he went back to see his guru, main monastery, then he talked to Guru, and I have this capacity now. I can see see what happened. This one I can see. And Guru said, first step is you give away everything you collect, donate, give away, then come back. So when he did everything give away, and his clairvoyant is gone, then Guru said that is obstacle. So sometimes things that come look like a CD, but can become an obstacle. Make sense? So that reason, worldly being can give you great benefit, but same time, it also, what called the obstacle will create it. So this reason is said, her fangs symbolize as serving to the four Mara at the root. My two arms symbolizing the union of the method and wisdom. Diku knife in my right hand symbolizing as the overwhelm evil beings by brilliance. The skull cup of the blood in my left hand symbolizes the partaking in the food of non-conceptuality. So also one skull cup practitioner, most of the time you have to put in front of you on the mandala, anywhere you put, make sure put the forehead in a direction to you. That's a symbol of accomplishing siddhi. And then back as toward to the others, that's a performing the four enlightened activities. So when you have to say skull cup directions, always put the forehead toward to you. Place wherever you place, okay? Then Kapala, the Sanskrit word, Kapala. Also, I think Pauzula Tema said, Kapala mean there's three words as a symbol of a Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya. Ka as a Dharmakaya, Pa as a Sambhogakaya, La as a Nirmanakaya. So this is also reason as a Sambhogakaya, among the three kayas. Then said, so okay, the Katanga symbolizing as a my hidden Hiruka consort. So Jagasambhavara is a form of a Katanga. So in this Katanga, you see the top is a Vajra. Vajra is a Jagasambhavara. And below there's a three head. One is a dry, one is a skull and a bone, one is a dry, one is a fresh. These are the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. Then below there's a vase. I think vase is a inner realization of the wisdom, a form of a nectar. Okay, then you can see the 4 or 5 ripening colors. These are the Chakrasambhara have a 4 Daginis retinue, symbol of that one. Then Damaru and Bell also holding there. Dharma row and a bell as a symbol of wisdom and a method. And the stick as a should be called the chushin, water tree, white in color. Symbol of a Chakra as a called the white bodhicitta. Bodhicitta, and sometimes you can see that one as a kind of tree, what called the shape as a tree. Sometimes you see the 1, I think it's okay. Sometimes see the 8, but most important is a bottom is a Vajra. The bottom of the Khatanga is a Vajra. As a saying is a not losing the white bodhicitta. So this is actually Khatanga is a complete Chakra mandala within the Khatanga. So Chakra itself is at the top, the Vajra, blue Vajra. Can you see the color? Top is blue Vajra. That is the Chakra Sambhava. Then three kayas and the nectar of bodhicitta and the 4 dakinis and wisdom and method. And those also, even the Khatanga have a great meaning inside. Not just, holding the stick there. Make sense? They have an inner recollection of the inner meaning. So, Khatanga symbolizing the hidden Heruka. My crown ornament of the 5 dry skull with the nature of the 5 family symbolizes as a purity of the 5 poisons. So, crowned, they have a 5 dry skulls. This is called the 5 families. So this is symbol of symbol of the purity of the 5 poison. 5 poison mean the ignorant, arrogant, attachment, jealousy, and aversions. So purity of the ignorant manifests as a Buddha Bharojana. Purity of the pride, when purifying, that's called the Rana Sambhava. Purity of the attachment is a Amitabha. Purity of the jealousy is become a Siddhi, and purity of aversion is become Akshobhya. So this is our symbol of a 5 poison, of 5 negative emotion, purifying as it transforms to the 5 family adorn. Okay, so this 5 dry skull, or some have dry skull, some have an ornament, jewel, only have enlightened beings. That's a symbol of the 5 Buddha family. Okay, where are we now? 5 dry skull with the nature of the 5 family symbolizes the purity of the 5 poison. My necklet of the 51 skull symbolizes the purity of the 51 type of mental formations. There's a 51 type of mental formation. Man, mind, 8 consciousness, and a mental formation. So there's a 51 type of a mental formation, and purity of that. She's wearing the fresh, what called the skull, 51 skull. My 5 symbol like bone ornament symbolizing the 6 paramita. So she have a 5 bone ornament. How to count the 5 bone ornaments? A crowned wheel. Vajrayogini is actually crowned is a Dharma wheel. Some say it's outside of the rim is not there, but the center is the hoop empty, and her hair, top knot hair is come out through the center. Okay, then 4, 5 will have a what called the spoke. What called this? Yeah, it's a 5 skull on the top of that. Then rest is remain behind and lose hair from there, come out from that. So the variety, actually they have a bone ornament of the Dharma wheel in her underneath of her hair. So count one is a count that one. And second one is a bone ornament of the necklet, 2. And third one is a what called the bone ornament of the bracelet, not what called earring. Fourth one is a bone ornament of the bracelet, the you know armlet, yeah, bracelet. Then fifth one is called the sasha, belt. So this is called the 5 bone ornament. So these 5 bone ornaments is symbolizing as 6 paramitas. The Dharma wheel as a symbolizing as a perseverance, and neglect symbolizing as generosity, earring symbolizing as a patience, bracelet symbolizing as a morality, and sasha or belt symbolizing as a metta concentration, and her body as a symbolizing as a wisdom. But some saying is he still have the ash on her forehead, the great ash. That is symbolizing as a wisdom. Either way, she have those 5 ornament as a symbolizing as a 6 paramita. Human corpse symbolizing as a display of the ultimate meaning of the Dharmadat. So remember, we talk about the human corpse, which is the fresh, inner breath still there, outer breath stop, that kind of fresh, symbolizing as a display of the ultimate meaning of the Dharmadat. The sun symbolizing the conquering the darkness of the affliction, and moon symbolizing the dispelling the farish torment of the samsara. Okay, lotus symbolizing as a abandoning samsara fault without the forsaking samsara. So I mean, lotus is born from the muddy, but when lotus is born from the muddy, still really pure, clean, come out. So same as all those enlightened beings come to the samsara without faults of samsara. That's a symbol of the lotus. And self, luminosity, fire symbolizes the burning conceptual afflictions. In the short, the appearance aspect of the my mind is the illusion, like the form of a deity, and the emptiness aspect is the luminosity of a Dharmakaya nature. This is called actually fourth characteristic called the illusory nature. So this means that deity form cannot visualize it as like a statue, cannot visualize it as like flesh and bone like us. Have to be illusory form. It's a completely transparent, can see through, but have a complete appearance also like a rainbow. So that is called that is what it means, the appearance aspect of the mind's illusory like form of the deity, and the emptiness aspect of the illusory form of the Dharmakaya nature. So have to be also illusory form. It's called the empty nature, this one. Then there's one called the Om Vajrayogini Mahayogini Atma Koham. This means establishing the intense pride that your mind since permanently time has always been Vajrayogini. This is meaning is the translation. So this is called the divine pride, third characteristic. So remember, clarity, purity. Clarity means that clearly visualizing the deity. Purity means the pure recollection. And divine pride means that you believe you are permanently Vajrayogini, not just right now become. Then last one, the fourth one is called the empty nature. Empty nature means that you have to see that deity, the body, be illusory form. That's called the empty nature. So most of the time these 4, and sometimes also called the union. Last 5th quality is called the 5th characteristic is called the union. It means that always be union with the generation stage and completion stage. Union with the wisdom and the method. Always be inseparable. So remember, I'm beginning yesterday we talked about the 3 mantra. 3 mantra are actually completion stage without the sign, but it starts from the beginning. That is showing as a generation stage. It must be inseparable from the completion stage. That way, it's the 5th quality, 5th characteristic is called the union. So this clarity, purity, divine pride, empty nature, and union. This is called the 5 characteristic of a generation stage of the deity. From these 5, most important is a divine pride. So this one is saying is firmly establishing intense pride that your mind since primordial time has always been Vajrayogini. Normally we have pride about, oh, I'm good, I'm wonderful. That is a wrong pride. But this is a good pride. Then come to that. When you're tired, you have to spend time here. You know, visualization, recollecting the purity and divine pride, you have to spend time. But then when you get tired, then move on, because you don't want to make any practice, don't make too tired. No, actually, what best time is when you stop, is when you enjoying that. You know, you feel great, you know, that time just stop and do next one. Because if you do that one, you will start next one easily. If you wait until too tired, then next start is become more difficult. Because you remember, oh, last part, oh, that was a great one, I want to do more. You know, even the meditation, any kind of meditation, you stop when you feel good. Make sense? Okay. So then there's a recitation of a mantra. So recitation mantra, as earlier I mentioned, there's in the Chakra-sambhava mandala, particularly talking about the 4 jewel-like mantra. Root mantra is not here. You can see the Chakra-sambhava mandala they practice, or there's Yongpo and Chugyo Rinpoche. Also there's a sadhana it is already in the English. You can find that one. Those have a root mantra is called the 8-verse praise. So praise is called the root mantra according to the Chakra-sambhava. Because why it's called the root mantra? Through the praise, deity become a quicker accomplishment. Mantra is becoming a quicker accomplishment. So the praise is used as a name of the root mantra. So they are called the 8-verse praise, and those 8-verse praise is really powerful. There's someone can see the spirit, and he saw one monk reciting this Chakra-sambhavaras and Vajrayogini's 8-verse praise on one rock, sitting on the rock. He did the chant, the praise, and he went away. After that, all the spirits circumambulated on that rock. So just reciting one time, the rock has become holy, because those spirits can see what we cannot see. The energy, blessing, they can see. So that way, then he saw that all those spirit circumambulating that rock where the monk, the practitioner sit. So that one, then called the essence mantra. Essence mantra, as in the Vajrayogini's essence mantra is called the Om Betsam Beruzanai Humpe, and very essence mantra is Om Sau the Dajin Betsawananai Humpe. So in here, those essence mantra and very essence mantra compounded together become one mantra. You can see later. Okay, so when you're reciting, here said, at the sacred place of or navel of myself, luminosity appearance of the yogini, the red damodaya like the wheel of fire. On the center of that is a red lotus. On the middle of the lotus is the sun. On the center of the sun is the red symbolic syllable bum. Around the edge of the the mantra garland circle in the counterclockwise manner. When you recite in the mantra, the seed and syllable, seed and seed syllable are not unmoving, while the mantra garland circle counterclockwise fiercely faster. So here mantra is said together. So you visualizing at your something is a sacred place or something at the navel. I think this actually come between the sacred place and navel, forefinger below that chakra there, the damodaya. On the damodaya, then you have this red lotus. On the red lotus, bum syllable. Okay, that is seed syllable of the. So seed syllable bum and the lotus and the sun, they not move, they form. The mantra is a place. Sawa Buddha Dajin, but it's clockwise place. Sawa Buddha Dajin and Bazawana and Bazabarotane place. But then once place clockwise, now rotate counterclockwise. Make sense? Yeah, rotate. Yeah, place clockwise. Like you place Sawa Buddha Dajin, Bazawana is a place as a clockwise. Now it's start moving. So lead. So that way it's a rotate with a counterclockwise. So when you're rotating, first is a slowly rotate. Then gradually, and this faster. That is a visualizing. Then sometime when you that doing that one is they said actually this become a faster. Some point is just only see the light. The mantra is a circle and then only manifesting the light from that. And when you will reside in the mantra or a deity yoga practice, particularly when you reside in the mantra, there's two things are possible to come, called the agitation or dullness. So when you have a dullness of that kind of sleepy, or then you visualizing that the circulation of the mantra speaking, it helps you to remove the obstacle of the dullness. But sometimes when you're focusing too much on the dullness, also agitation may come. Then said when agitation comes because of you're focusing on the speeding of the mantra circling, then that time move on the concentrate on the seed syllable bum. More concentrate on the seed syllable bum. It helps you to remove the agitation. And also you see when we recite in the mantra, now it's in the West traditionally, first we use a melody, then chant quietly. Actually, it's not necessary that order. Melody and chanting quiet is according to your mental position. If you have too much agitation, should chant quietly. If you have a too dullness, yeah, then should use melody. So these two, melody and agitation, is the quiet chanting is based on the what is mind state of your mind, what kind of if you don't have those problem of the agitation and dullness, then you can chant whatever you like as okay. But when you're chanting and agitation coming, then better chant quietly. It become more increasing the agitation if you chant with a melody or whatever, or you focus on the speed. But when you have a dullness, then more focus on the speed and recite with the melody is better. Make sense? So this, I think, when we recite in the mantra, but now it's become a tradition of first recite with the melody, then chant quietly. Every center do that one. I'm sure you do that one too, yeah? Yeah, it's become that way. It's traditional. In Tibetan, we never do the melody normally. Other way. So this is said Om Sao Buddha Dajini Beza Wanani is. This is a part of the essence, very essence mantra. Said Bezam Berotsana is the essence mantra. So those two mantras come together. That way, this called a mantra of the two-face mantra, two-face Vajrayogini. So those two together, and we visualizing and reciting the mantra. So when we recite in the mantra, so there's called the Nidrup lesson. Normally in Tibetan we use as a Nidrup lesson. Nyeba means the approach. Drupa means the accomplish. Lesson means the perform activities. So this have to come order that way. Nowadays we do the perform accomplish activity is first. So then nothing happen. So first you have to approach. What is approach mean? When you recite the name mantra of the deity, you become closer, closer, closer. And at the same time, your visualization, offering, and those all help you to accumulate the merit and purify the negative. And one day you become inseparable of the deity. That's called the accomplish. Once you have these two achievements, then you should perform the activities, activity mantra. It means the perform the 4 enlightened activities: pacifying, magnetizing, increasing, and wrathfuls. So otherwise, we sometimes with somebody sick, we try to recite the, medicine Buddha mantra. I'm not sure how much help, because we perform without the accomplishment. Make sense? Then we do the like a Jambala mantra. So never become rich, and you have a vase. So much people buy so much vase, big vase, paying lots of money, but nothing change your financials. So that is showing us a performing without the accomplishment. That will not impact. So that's all the benefits said in the text. It's true. Everything is true. It happened, but it happened after the performing. The approach and accomplishment. When you have an approach and accomplishment, then all those benefits, what text said, mantra benefit said, it happened. Without any kind of accomplishment, and when you perform, it's not going to happen. So this is the order of the when mantra is have 3 Nidrup lesson. So order is a reason is a you have to first you have to approach. Second is you have to accomplishing, then you perform. Make sense? Yeah. So that is it. Must follow to the order. Otherwise, when we do the counter order, then sometimes it's not really benefit. If you do with good intention, I'm sure some benefit get. One time I went to somebody's house, somebody gets sick and said do me prayer. I did it, and good intentionally I did some prayer. Said, oh, it made me feel good. So I think when we do with good intentionally, get some benefit can get. I'm not saying they are not benefit, but when it comes to the performing the enlightened activity, definitely need accomplishment to perform. It's just like you cannot go to shopping without making money. Yes?
The accomplishment is like fully understanding.
No, fully accomplished, you become that deity. Yeah. You have that quality of the deity. Then it's called accomplishment. So understand and accomplishment is totally different. Understand means that like when somebody talk to you about the Lhasa, You understood, oh, Lhasa is on the Tibet, in Tibet, or something on the high mountain, high elevation, and this kind of, they have a monastery, they have a potala, and this and that. You have some kind of imagination. That's called the understand. But you never seen the actually Lhasa. So that way you don't have the actually realization of that one, accomplishment. So understand is like a patch, can be removed. So this two called the generation stage and a completion stage here. I mean the recitation mantra. So this is like a purifying your what called the ordinary conceptual to being attached to your body and being attached to your place. You will visualize in the deity's mandala and transform into the deity. But then slowly we gain the attachment to the deity. Then you need to practice at the completion stage. Because even you attach to the deity, that's also mistake. So then we have the dissolutions. So after that said Om Vajrayogini Argampati Swa chapter is offering to the this offering is called the kind of like thanksgiving, showing the gratitude to the deity. So you offering. So this offering, how you do now, since you are visualizing already Vajrayogini, how you can offering yourself. From the Vajrayogini heart, manifest your own ordinary person, yourself, front of the Vajrayogini mandala. Then that ordinary is offering to the Vajrayogini. So that is, I think pretty much every deity is similar. So you're offering in praise together. The praise said, oh, Vajrayogini, imbued it with the splendor of the Dagini mandala. You are the queen, you are the five wisdom and the three kaya. Homage and praise to the refuge of the beings. So once you do, then the dissolution said, at the end of the session, light emanates from the seed syllable bomb. The entire vessel and the containment melt into the light and dissolve into me. My body melt into the light from the top down and the bottom up and dissolve into the syllable bomb. Then the body of the bomb syllable, the head of the crescent moon, bomb syllable head and the crescent moon, and the bindu dissolve into the nada. Then the nada then transform into the nature of a luminosity, emptiness. So this is how to visualize it. Remember, we already visualized all sentient being transformed to the Vajrayogini. Now, like one bunch of birds on the ground, when you throw one rock, what happened? Everything flies same time, like that. Once you radiate light, then all sentient beings like a completely lift up from the ground and dissolve to the mandala of the Vajrayogini. Then the mandala of the Vajrayogini is dissolved to the Vajrayogini's body. Vajrayogini's body is dissolved, melt to the light and dissolved to the bomb syllable. The bomb is dissolved from the bottom to until top there is called the nada, kind of dot. And that dot is become smaller until it becomes invisible. That is called the completion stage without a sign. No sign, no form, no shape. But it's not totally disappeared. See, it's not empty as a nothingness. There is something, but beyond the concept and scope of a mind. That is called the ultimate nature. In the Dzogchen, they use this called the Rigpa. In the Mahamudra, they call the ordinary mind. Meaning is the same. Then stay on that nature, that state, much as you can. This is called the completion stage. So once you then of course you cannot stay there forever. Then you have to you You have to do other activities. So when emerging again, I erase the illusory like the form of the yogini with one face and two arms. Now, before the dedication, you become again a Vajrayogini. At that time, you don't need a mandala, you don't need a retinue, you don't need the palace, you don't need the wheel of protection, anything. Just simply your body become again back to the Vajrabarahi. Then do all the other rest of your activity, including the dedication. Then you try to remember the mindfulness with this whole day. If you do your whatever job, you don't go to work, whatever you do, but still when you're doing that one, still also try to constantly try to think, I'm a Vajrayogini now. That helps. Mindfulness. Then do the dedication. Dedication is really important. Before other conception interrupt, must dedicate. Because when other conception interrupt, particularly any kind of negative emotion, can be destroyed that merit without the dedication. But once you dedicate it, only can destroy by the wrong view. Other than the wrong view, that merit not going to destroy it until you achieve the complete fruition of the result of that merit. Make sense? So, like Shantideva said, 1,000 eons merit can be destroyed by the one anger. In the where Buddhist contract, it said, all the merits such as generosity, morality, and those can be destroyed by the one moment's anger. But if you dedicate it, it cannot be. So when you dedicate it, do not dedicate it with the mistaking dedications. What is the mistaking dedication? Is the achievement of the samsara, becoming rich, becoming powerful, becoming beautiful. Because why it's called the mistaking dedications? Because when you dedicate it, it's going to happen. But once it happens, then your merit will be exhausted. But if you dedicated unsurpassable enlightenment, it will finally you bring you to the unsurpassable enlightenment. But by meantime, you have all those good things that what you're wishing as a continually until you achieve the enlightenment. So that way saying is do not dedicate it mistakenly. Because if you dedicate it mistakenly worldly pleasure, then you gain that one, but once you gain that one, then the final is that one. If you dedicate it for the unsurpassable enlightenment, then you will until you achieve the complete enlightenment, you're not going to that merit not going to be exhausted. Then you dedicated benefit of a sentient being until to achieve the unsurpassable enlightenment. Then once you become a Buddhahood, then you continually call the spontaneous of the enlightened activity will perform. Make sense? So that way dedication must be do without unmistakingly. Okay, then Khenpo said, afternoon we have to practice. That's I'm following to the order, boss. That's Shanti.
Okay, page 22. Shija Gunze Gunjen Dendra Nela Wando Dragomba Rinjan Braja Damba Sendeva Shido Dosong Gomben Zinjo Ye. Meditation of the correct knowledge, who is omniscient of the master of the independence, continues to increase through the study, practice, meditation, to the end of the samsara.
Thank you. until end.
Thank you very much. And Tokolo, right? And if we have time between like little bit
Question and
answer.
If you have a question or complaint.
Thank you.
Both are welcome. Because complaint actually help me. Question help you. Truth is it.
If you have a question, raise your hand, or if you're online, you can raise your hand on Zoom also.
After lunch, yeah.
Oh, afterwards? Never mind.
Now everyone is impatient now. No good for ask questions. This time of Oh. Thank you. You can put this in the one plastic bag and give me the container.
Okay.
And then keep the
Thank you.
long life pail. I want you guys have really long life.
Thank you. Thank you, Khenpo.
Like a what's called the Tubekemo.
Who?
Manchi Tubekemo. Manchi Tubekemo so one that she lived really long time. She met with the Pema Sambawa.
Machi.
Yeah.
Machi Lapton.
No. Tubekemo from India. She met with the Pema Sambawa. She received the long life empowerment. Pema Sambawa came at the 8th century. Then when Rechumba went to India, then like 11th, 12th century, she's still there.
Wow.
Too bad is all her friend is gone.
Right.
So much to learn. So little time.